Jim and Terry Show coming to you. Yes, we are the gray guys in the bunker and Bobcation. I'm saying gray because our tracks were not gray, and they have to be gray in order to be selected to record a bunch of technical bafflegab that you, our ones and twos, do not need to know about the technical expert.
They have to be gray before they could be red. And then once they're red, the gray can go.
This is the color theory of recording from the Jim and Terry Show. I'm your host, Terry, and with me is my good friend,
The Jim.
The Jim. Didn't we say that something about Pefferlaw Jim?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember. We had some cute expression for what good comes out of the armpit of Lake Simcoe. Jim comes from Pefferlaw. We're talking about mirrors that we're holding up, much like the facets of the James Webb. I love the photography from the James Webb Space Telescope. Looking back, I'm going to say it from an agnostic's point of view, billions of years in the past. And know as a young Earth creationist, you might have issues with that timeline, but I'm going to say that James Webb gives us a mirror to look at the past, the far distant past. We need mirrors to look at America. If Jim and Terry are able to save America, it will be because we hold up a mirror that gives you something to think about. And this mirror is going to be around the idea, well, it could be American exceptionalism, it could be business practices, but we're going to hold it up as greed.
And greed does something to what, Terry?
To the heart of man?
Conscience?
Conscience? Okay, well, steer me clear of that one. Conscience. Is it developed or impacted by greed? I think it's impacted by everything you do that's not helpful, not positive.
Well, you have to justify crime to carry on, or you're a soulless human being.
So justice is impacted by greed.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's take a look at Clarence Thomas and his Winnebago or whatever that silver Airstream he got from his donor class. The Supreme Court justices have donors. Is there something wrong, or is it just you and I see and smell a stink bomb in that one?
Well, let's face it. Anybody that is paying attention, those who decide to sign on with Donald Trump have already sold out their nation.
Before even signing on with
Because
Trump?
we know Trump wants to be a dictator. We see it. He's a liar when he says he wants anything other than that. He's put people in place now that have complete control. He has complete control over. So I don't know why. I don't know if they're in the Epstein files. I don't know how he has complete control over them. But part of it is payola. You get a license to the inside track. You get a job, and when I'm dictator, you'll be an oligarch. See, the rewards are there, and it's greed, and that greed smothers a conscience. Because how can you sit on a yacht knowing you sold democracy down the tubes and sip your champagne and not feel anything about that? That's the epitome of narcissism, by the way.
You must be speaking of an oligarch, one of the tech bros, Bezos or Zuckerberg or Thiel.
But that guy, who's the guy?
Because Trump doesn't drink, that was my point.
Yeah. And as far as we know, I wonder if he secretly snipped something back, but I don't think he does, and that's fine and dandy. I almost wish he did. But you got the guy, who's the guy that was just up against Congress? He's Department of Finance or something. What is his name? The blonde, gray-haired guy, wears the glasses, always sort of, what you're saying is not really exactly true. That guy, come on.
I'm sorry, playing 50 questions with you. First syllable, second syllable, sounds like...
Well, one time I thought he was gay, and you say, no, he's not gay.
I have no idea what you're talking
about. Who are the people in his cabinet? One of the guys that keeps spewing his mouth off all the time.
Oh, Scott Bessent?
Yes.
It's very professorial sounding.
Yes, him.
Okay.
What was my point?
I don't know, but we're going to go back to greed and use the word from a framework you'll understand. Money corrupts, and absolute... let's use absolute greed corrupts absolutely. Let's paraphrase it that way. So money is the corrupting love of money. it corrupts, and your character is flawed if you follow that pathway. And you're saying most cabinet, they're already compromised. That's why Trump selects them?
Well, yeah, he's either got to have something on him, or they're convinced he's the Messiah, or something.
Wow.
Why would you follow this guy? Any kid, if they were paying any attention, would see the guy can't barely get a word out without it being a lie. You see him breaking the law when it becomes wars or tearing down the White House or anything. You saw them starve children in Africa because Elon Musk, in his narcissistic viewpoint, those children did not deserve to live on America's teat. You know what I mean? You see this. You can't ignore it.
Can we see greed as the operating principle of this administration then? So in our effort to save America from itself, we got to tackle the greed problem. And would that be in policies such as Mamdani in the city of New York, who Trump said he's going to wreck New York, and then New York seems to be going through a renovation of resilience.
Yeah, and I haven't been paying too much attention to that, but yeah, and he becomes an enemy of Trump.
Yes.
Just because he believes differently. But in a democracy, see, he could
Trump
be voted out.
makes him the enemy.
Yeah, he could be voted out.
Yes.
But, you know, this is not how it's working in Trump's mind anymore. I mean, he's had, Stephen Colbert kicked off the air. Now what? How many CBS executives have been
Scott
fired?
Pelley as well from CBS 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one. Yeah.
I mean, the guy wants to ruin everybody's life. Donald Trump, if you're a Christian, and I doubt it, but if you are, love your enemies.
Whoa.
Give them food. Give them drink. Care for them. That's the teaching of your God. Unless you become God.
Instead of those photos along the wall to the Oval Office of all those people
in the auto pen.
In the auto pen, should we not have the plaque, a replica of the plaque of the Statue of Liberty on that wall to remind him of what the mission of America was? If you really believe God directed America, there's the plaque that proves it. Let's see it in the Oval Office. Yeah. Or on the way to the Oval Office.
And by the way, America, you did awfully good bringing in the poor, the weak, the needy, the hungry, the starving.
A country of immigrants.
A country of immigrants. You did really, really good with that. And then all of a sudden now you don't want any of them in your nation. And you wonder why it's going to go crumbling down.
Mm-hmm.
You won't have enough money to paint the Eiffel Tower.
So is there a
way...
The
Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty. I'm tired.
You are tired. Can we nail down greed then as something that can be remedied? And if so, do you do it through legislation? And how do you do it if there's no election in 2026 to overturn the House and the Senate?
You can't do it with who he's got.
No.
Because anybody who's in position right now and hasn't quit, including Michael Johnson.
No, the leader of the Congress.
Yeah. If you're still there, you're corrupt. I'm sorry, you're just corrupt.
He's corrupt and he's still there.
Yeah. So they're already corrupted. And Pam Bondi, she's corrupted. She has been corrupted and is corrupt.
Why was there no testimony for Pam Bondi? Why was there no under oath on camera? Why was there none of this deposition when the Clintons had to do the same? Yeah. And that's a former president. Yeah. She's just an AG that was appointed. Why is there a double standard?
Well, look at the double standard. Let's face it. The Epstein files is so evilly horrid, that the king of United States is refusing to release it. And I wouldn't be surprised. I can't imagine who's on that list. I just can't imagine. And I can't imagine the things that might have went on the island and on the farm.
You are suggesting that this was an international sex trafficking abusive thing that Epstein had on the go, but he also kept tapes of everybody who took advantage of whatever services he was offering. And that dirt is the stuff that keeps the Epstein file under wraps. But the prince... The Windsor, formerly known as Prince, is, he's been humbled. And if England is willing to do that, if the UK is willing to do that, and I think it's France is the next one. I think
there's 7 nations have charged people in connection. The only country that hasn't, is North America.
And Russia?
Well, in Russia, yeah. Well, we know Putin's got something on Trump. Now, Trump's probably got something on Putin But they're just look at what's going on, you know.
So when we say greed, we're talking about things that cut political parties. It's not. It could be anybody. Greed could be anywhere with anyone. It could be, and you'd have to examine who's on the Epstein list. The greed. What's the payoff there? Somebody's making money from somebody to keep it quiet.
Here are the words that are going to be the end of the wealth as we know it on the tombstones or wherever.
Of the wealthy?
Where there the man stands up and says to the world, we are the best. We have everything. We have no need for anything. Remind you of anything maybe in Revelation about the queen who sits there and says, I will never be poor. I have everything. That's America. And they stood there and bragged about how wonderful they were, the most powerful nation in the world. And in the same breath, but we want more.
We want more.
Make America
this is
great.
The addiction of greed.
Yes.
America, make America greedy again. Oh, that seems to be the way you're going. Now, how do you fix that greed? Is it with legislation?
Get a conscience.
Get a conscience. Grow a conscience. Jim and Terry Show signing out for now. Bye-bye. It's complicated, this relationship I have with my morning coffee. It's from the way that I